So good morning everyone, it is Mitchell aka D Walker in Orlando and welcome to the Disney Magic walking tour today. So just like our dream video, we're going to do a full walking tour of the Disney Magic, aka the original Disney Cruise Line ship in the fleet. This is the ship that is celebrating the 25 years of sailing. This is what started it all for the cruise line. And today we're going to check it out with an updated 2023 walking tour video. So make sure you guys do stick around for this. We are going to be going from deck to deck to deck like normal, just like we did on the Dream. So we're going to start, actually, I'm going to say this right now. So deck one, mostly staterooms, but on very deck at the very forward, aka the front of the ship, you're going to have the health center. That's where you're going to go if you have any sort of medical emergencies, anything else you may need, that is where you're going to go. Deck two, more staterooms. So deck one, deck two are going to be mostly your ocean view rooms and your inside state rooms. I'm going to put pictures up of those layouts here, or pictures of them here and here. So your ocean view state rooms and your veranda state and your inside state rooms. So that is what's going to be on deck one and two. We are going to head down. We're going to head to the forward of the ship, aka the very front of the ship. Go down the elevator to deck number 3 and start doing our walking tour there. So make sure you guys hang out with us on our walking tour of the original Disney Cruise Line ship, the Disney Magic. So I'm gonna try my best to try to keep up with the forward, the midship, aft, starboard. So if you are looking at it, port is going to be the left side, and starboard is going to be the right side. Forward is the forward of the ship, and aft is the back of the ship. So that's what if you hear me saying those things, that is what I am saying. So we're going to go into the forward elevators right here, go down to deck number 3. So here's kind of one of the elevators here on the Disney Magic. If you need help looking for anything, you just look right up here, or you can look off to the side and it'll tell you as well. So if you're curious, that's where you can find it, especially all the staterooms as well. So now we are at the very forward of the ship, and we are at After Hours. After Hours is the adults lounges and adult only sections. So down here you're going to find Keys, O'Gill's Pub, and Fathoms. If you need to know where you're at, you do have it on the ground right here. But if you come to the left side of the elevator, or to the starboard side of the ship, your Sea Treasures. Now this is for if you're going to be going to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. And so if you're going to be going up and doing that, you'll come down here to get your dresses and everything, and then go up to the next level. To also give you an idea, shopping does not happen the entire day. Shopping happens, so you cannot do it, so the stores cannot open until they are out at sea into the national waters. And so make sure you check all those out, because they will have them posted when you first get on the ship. So right next to Sea Treasures is O'Gill's Pub. O'Gill's Pub is essentially the sports bar and stuff here. And so if you want to know what's happening at each one, they do have a sign outside telling you what they have. So they have craft memory pages, general knowledge, 2000 music trivia, happy hour O'Gill's Pub, which we still have not got a chance to check out. I'll take a quick little look in here since it looks like it is open. And so you can see, here's O'Gill's. Like I said, kind of your more sports bar type thing. What's really cool is being able to sit along the windows right there. Sorry, it's backlit really bad. And you can hang out here, but they do also have little games at some spots, like checkers, chess. They even have Jenga and some other board games along those seats in the back. So that's O'Gill's Pub. We're going to head on out and continue on. So yes, right there is Fathoms, which is right next to the right of the Sea Treasures and across from O'Gill's. But we're actually not going to go in there quite yet, because we got to go back this way to the port side of the ship to show you the other lounge over here. So if you come out to the port side of, you have Keys, and this is the piano bar. Now this is where they're going to have a majority of drink seminars, drinking events, mixology, and that stuff. That'll happen in here. But the Keys Lounge, maybe honestly our favorite lounge we have been in, because we were able to go in there, and they do happy hour as well from 4 to 5. So all these lounges do happy hour, where you get 10% off the drinks, and they do provide you with snacks. So that's why we want to go try O'Gill's, because they have wings and salsa. Kayla has talked about salsa also all trips. So you go from the keys, now you turn to the left, and you have these great porthole picture opportunities right here. And so you can see you got some cool times. You might here take some good photos and everything else. These are some of the coolest videos. This is like some of the coolest photos you could take. This is a really good time of the day to do it as well, because you don't have a lot of the sun coming in. When you have a lot of that back, the sun coming from behind, the backlighting can be awful. So these are really cool. This is like the prime spot to take photos and stuff in. So we continue down this walkway right here. You'll come down. This will be where Fathoms is. Now Fathoms is the more is the largest of all the lounges they've got. Once again, they have a lot going on in here. This is where they actually held bingo the other night and all that stuff. But again, if you are curious as to what do they hold in here, you come off to the side, and next to every lounge they have what they're doing in here, so that if you are interested and you don't have the Navigator app open, you can come up here and actually see that stuff as well. Like today they have a 10,000 mega jackpot bingo today, and that starts at 11, but you have to go to pre-sale, which is at 10:30. So now we're going to continue on. So we're going to leave the after hour section of Fathoms, Keys, and Oak Gills, and we are going to be coming into the main area of the ship, into the atrium. So like I said, so we're on deck 3 still. After hours was towards the forward of the ship. Now we're going to turn around, and now we are at the midship elevators. So here are the best elevators on the ship, because they are glass elevators. So the difference with these is that they don't have the normal like digital sign to tell you what is there and stuff. I'm in here. So this is where you'll come out of. There are 2 different ways you can go. You can go to the left to the Port Adventures. You can go straight ahead into the atrium, or you can go to the right and guest services right there. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to the left to show you guys Port Adventures. Now, Port Adventures right here, this is where if you are going to be going on any sort of port excursions or anything at one of the port of calls or everything, you will be coming in right here. This is where you'll talk to them, you'll get information, or you can even book something or cancel something if you need to. That's where you'll come for that. You have the main lobby atrium, and this is the center of the ship. This is where a lot of things happen. This is where meet and greets happen. This is where they had the 25th anniversary soiree the other night and everything else. And now this is the first thing you will see when you walk on the ship, because people don't know. So when you walk on the ship, you come through those doors right there, and what they have is they have cast members standing there, and they will announce your name to everyone standing in here, and you get cheered. Everyone cheers for you and everything else. And so you have the very custom bronze statue. This is Captain Mickey or Sailor Mickey. And again, all the different ships have their own bronze statues. In our Disney Dream video, I did showcase all of those. So if you haven't checked those out, make sure you do. And then, like I said, you have your elevators, and you can see they are glass elevators, and you can see all the way up. And what's pretty cool is they go all the way up. Like, you can see through them all the way up until you get to level 9. So that is very, very cool. And we'll come back around so give you different perspectives of the atrium from different levels once we work our way up. So also in the atrium here, off to the left of the bronze statue, is Lumiere's. Lumiere's is one of the sit-down rotational dining services here. So Lumiere's, as you can tell, is designed around Beauty and the Beast. Inside they have little chandeliers that have the rose and even rose petals falling and everything. You have you have the thing on the very back with them dancing to be our guest and everything. I will say on this ship, this is my least favorite of the rotational dining services, but this is where you'll have a lot of the, like, princess or the, tea. This is where, if you're going to be in concierge, this is your welcome lunch for concierge right in here. And so Lumiere's is a lot more of the fancy events going on, and so we're going to continue on. We're going to go past Bronze Mickey, hi Mickey, and over here they have the 25th anniversary signage, because it is the 25th anniversary sailing of the Disney Magic and of Disney Cruise Line. So, but if you continue on right off to the right, there is guest service right there. So if you have any issues you need, you'll go right up there. But what's pretty cool is that they do also have one of the signs here for character appearances. And so if you're curious who will be meeting in the atrium, they will show you right here and for how long. Now most of the time they just meet for 15 minutes. one little guy I want to meet. I really want to meet him, but there's something else. The Disney Park trivia is going on at that time, so I don't want to miss out on that. All right, so one last look at the atrium to give you an idea where we are. So now we're going to be going to the starboard side of the ship. We're going to be heading down past the sign right here, down this walkway, this little hallway right here. Now this hallway just runs right next to Lumiere's. But again, you got more portholes to look out of. You can see what we're looking at, you know, if we're pulling in somewhere. But this is another little view of Lumiere's. And like I said, Lumiere's is my least favorite of the rotational. It's not awful, it's just out of the two, because you have Rapunzel's Royal Table and Animator's Palette. And like I said, we'll get to all those here in a second, once we get there. But this is another entrance to Lumiere's. So if you're interested and you want to, you can come. There's two different entrances for Lumiere, so it makes it a little bit easier with sitting. So now we're going to come down from this walkway, down from the atrium, past Lumiere's. We're going to turn around, and now we're going to enter the newest addition to the Disney Magic. We are now officially in the Soul Cat Lounge. So this is now themed after Soul. So from Joe Gardner and 22 and everything. And this replaced the Promenade Lounge here. They have really cool references to Soul. They have the saxophone player from it, and if you see right there, there's 22. This is probably one of our favorite lounges. Now I will tell you, the seats here, these seats are not very comfortable, but these are extremely comfortable. But you even have a cool little touch in the fact that you do have Joe's jacket and hat right next to the piano, which is fitting. And everything else, you got all the instruments up on the side. You got the Forbidden, so it tells you what's being played, so it says Forbidden Drums. And then more stuff, especially with the International Festival of Jazz. There's a picture of Joe Gardner on the side right here. So there's Joe Gardner right there. All the different people, all the different things. It's a great addition, I feel like, because they also did a huge change, because you used to sit on the back wall along where the portholes are at, and people would walk by you, but they've moved all the seating forward, and they took it away from the walkway, but I think it's a great addition. I think it was done extremely, extremely well. Alright, now from the Soul Cat Lounge, we're going to continue working our way towards the aft, and this is probably the farthest point we will get into the aft. Here, you're going to have Rapunzel's Royal Table. Now, Rapunzel's Royal Table, it's probably tied for our favorite rotational sit-down dining here on the Magic. This was the first place we ate on our very first Disney cruise. This is a place that we asked for to make sure we came to twice on this cruise. So this is a fantastic place. And I'm hoping I can put some clips in so you guys can see what it looks like. But what's really cool is they have all these concept arts on the outside as well. Now, if you are interested, there are restrooms right here next to Rapunzel's Royal Table. So if you are looking for those restrooms, that is where these will be located. But again, look at all this concept art they have of it, and it's really cool because not only do they have like this, but then they have original sketches of Flynn and Rapunzel, more Flynn and Rapunzel Max, and everything else. So now we are up to the aft elevators. That is all of deck 3. So now we are going to head up to deck 4 and continue on from there. Alright, we are now on deck number 4 at the aft elevators. And here in the aft, right as soon as you exit the elevators towards the port side of the ship, you're going to have Animator's Palette. Now, you can't really tell that it's Animator's Palette because they have the doors closed, but when these doors are open and you walk in, it's pretty cool. Animator's Palette is probably one of the most colorful. It's the most colorful on any of these ships. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's amazing. And they have a special show in here. Now, we have not seen the show because it will have the show tonight, so I'll probably put that clip in of that show and everything so you guys know what to expect. And the nice thing is, with all of these, you have the Disney Navigator app that you can use. And the Disney Navigator app will tell you where you're dining every night, what your table number is, and the biggest thing, the food you'll have. So you can actually see what your food's going to be on day 5, even though you're on your first day of the cruise. So, alright, so now that we've talked about Animator's Palette, we're actually going to go out to the promenade deck, the walking deck out here, and we're going to do a little walk around to show you guys things like that. So now we're on to the Deck 4 Promenade. This is the wooden trail, the walking trail that goes all the way around Deck 4. So you come out here and do running or walking or anything else. There's also where you come out for your emergency drill. So you'll come out here to some of the spots and you'll come out and that's where you'll meet up. But what I do love, unless they've changed it, is on the Disney Magic, you can come all the way to the aft because we're at the very back. We'll do a full lap of the promenade this morning so you could see the full entire lap. But you can also see everything else. Because if you come to the aft of the ship, you can actually see the mooring lines, the ropes and stuff, as long as they haven't changed it, which I have a feeling they may have. Oh, they did. But if you're curious, jogging direction is this way, and to get a mile, you have to do 3 laps. So I'll tell you how large that is. But yeah, the last time we came up here, they had this all open, and you can see the chains, you can see the anchors area, you can see the roped off areas, but it looks like that is no more. It's kind of like when we were on the Dream. We were so excited because we wanted to go out and check that out, but nope, not anymore. But I also don't know if that's the same case with the Forward. So off to the Forward we go. So the biggest thing as well up here is that you actually walk right underneath the lifeboats on the Disney Magic. But what's cool is they have all these areas to sit and everything else, but then you have these loungers. So it's really cool to come out and sit out here. But then they also have shuffleboard, just like on the Dream, because we actually played shuffleboard on the Dream last time and it was a lot of fun actually. And if you don't know how to play, I think they have the rules somewhere. Can't remember where, but they didn't have the rules for it. So, but if they do, oh yeah, it's right here. There's your shuffleboard rules and all your equipment, so you don't need to go anywhere. You can just come down here, play yourself some shuffleboard. Something else I forgot to tell you is that on Deck 1 is where the tender lobbies are, / where you get off the ship when you're at Castaway Cay, Cozumel, any of the port of calls. That is where you'll get off of the ship, is in those areas. But the thing they tell you is make sure you're always understanding of what they require when you get back on the ship. If you're getting off Castaway, all you need is a government issued ID. Same thing with Cozumel, and same thing with Nassau. But others can be different, so make sure before you get off, you know what is required. Because some places may just require government ID, some may require a full passport. So just make sure you're checking that out, and they will. As long as they will not tell you that until you get there. So look up the countries you'll be visiting, and it will tell you what you will need to get back on the ship. Okay, so the Forward one is still open to see. And this is all the morning line stuff, everything else that you can see. So it's pretty cool. You can see that as you run the trail. It's really cool. I would have stayed down there a little longer, but I don't like bothering the cast members and the crew members, because they're working, and they're working very hard. Because that's the thing you'll notice on a Disney cruise ship, they're constantly cleaning, constantly working on something. So I didn't want to bother them too much because they were down there, and I feel weird having a camera go on, look at this stuff, look at everything else. So give you that quick look. So if you're curious, you can walk to the Forward still and see all that. The aft looks like they changed that one up. Alright, so we went out those doors and we just came back in. We're back on Deck 4 still, next to Animator's Palette. And now we're going to work our way towards the aft. And first thing you'll see right here is there is shutters. There's also a restroom right here. So if you need restrooms, right here. Shutters here is where you'll come in and you can view your photos you've taken on this ship through the cast members. And so we'll show you guys that as well. I don't think it's open right now, but you just tap your room key and you see the little TVs right there. But right next to it also is the diamond shop here. So the diamonds and wishes. And so you can come down here, you can buy things, you know, real crystals and stuff. Very expensive, but pretty cool. They will be very pushy trying to buy something. But like I said, you have these. You have the area where you come and check them out, but they're not open right now, so you can't quite check out your photos. But you can also come up here and you can buy like the Fujifilm. You can find a USB. You could buy small cameras. You could buy little tripods, and you can buy sleeves and lanyards for GoPro. So you can buy a little collection of stuff you can see right there in the case. But you can see, once again, you got to look at what time they open. So they do open on Debark Day, but for only 2 hours. But you can also view your photos on the website, so that's definitely a new thing. So you continue on, they have all of these, which is really good because it gives you a really good chance to check all of them out. Like, there's a lot of places for you to go out and check them and stuff like that. And also, along with it, they do have the Shutter's Portrait Studio, where you could go in there and take really nice photos while you're on the ship here. So I think it's a really cool feature they have to offer and everything else, just so that you can take some nice quality photos. Alright, now, so we just finished with Shutters, and now Shutter's Portrait Studio. We're now into what's called the Art Gallery. The Art Gallery is just going to have all sorts of different art you could buy. You could buy on the ship. They always have things based around the cruise line. They have this brand new one from David Doss of all 5 ships. For a while, it was just these 4, but it looks like finally we've got the 5th one now. I mean, sooner or later I'll change it, so it's going to be a lot more. Then you have the Island Fun for Castaway, by the shores of a generic ship, and I wonder if it's the Fantasy or the Dream. And you can also see some of the things you can buy in the shop as well, like the little ship. We have this little ship model. Very happy with it. And there's more down the way, so make sure you check all of that out when you're here. And now we're up to one of the other lounges. This is the D Lounge. D Lounge is another, it does have a bar in it, but this is where a lot of activities and trivia and stuff will take place, right in here. This is where we came in for the Encanto celebration, everything else. So make sure you are checking that out. There's no sign over here telling you what's in the lounge, but make sure you do keep checking the Navigator app because they will tell you what is in here. All right, so next to now out the Art Gallery, we are now back into the main atrium. As you can see, we were down there just earlier. That's where you come in when you're on the ship. There's some seating over there. And what they do have a vacation planning seating area. Now, I've never seen anyone there because you can do all the stuff through the app and everything else. But the thing is that when you're on a Disney cruise, it's like you can actually go ahead and put a placeholder down, pay $250, and you get 10% off your next cruise. Which may not seem like a lot, but when you get to $1,000, you save $100. But you have to do it within 24 hours. And then they also do have a Disney Vacation Club a group here. So they do have a group preview at 12:30 in the D Lounge. So if you're interested in becoming a DVC member, this is where you can actually do one of those. Alright, so now we are to the midship elevators. We are going to continue on, turn around, and continue down this way. And right down this way, you're going to have your 2 main gift shops. You're going to have Whitecaps and Mickey's Treasures. Your Whitecap is going to be more of your adult-only stuff. You have more diamonds in the background. This is where you get Pandora bracelets and jewelry, Alex and Ani, everything else. If you're interested like us, like the ship, and even we got the bronze statue. You can get that behind this on there. And every one of these gift shops does have a full pin bag. Not just a board, a full pin bag. So if you're into pin trading, like me and Kayla are, it's a great thing. But these are really nice shops. I will tell you, be mindful because a lot of stuff can sell out. They do not have, it depends on the amount of stock they've had and everything else. So make sure you do try and get those. Kayla's really wanting there's some dog bandanas back there. But you can even get snacks and things. So these are your 2 gift shops. The biggest thing for me is I have my Disney Magic Spirit jersey, which I was concerned would sell out. But it's still available, so nice. That means they have plenty in stock. They don't have very much 25th anniversary merch, unfortunately, but you do get a lot of free 25th anniversary stuff. So it's kind of a big deal to have, like a big thing to have with that. Alright, so down this walkway, and as you can see, it looks like the carpet was replaced because this ship was just in dry dock not that long ago. We're going to turn around from where Whitecaps are in Mickey's Treasure, and now we're to the Walt Disney Theater. Now, unfortunately, it's blocked because the Avengers are meeting today. So really cool thing. The Walt Disney Theater is where you're going to see all your live productions, or like us, we saw Elemental. This is also where The Magician performs. That performed last night, which we didn't see that either. But they also have Preludes. Now it's pretty cool. On our first cruise, this was not open, and now it is. This is where you can buy popcorn, some candy, drinks, sippers, popcorn buckets, all the stuff. And actually, what's funny is I've seen the new sippers coming to the parks here, before they actually made it to the park. So like they have a Luxo ball, they have a Crush sipper, all sorts of popcorn buckets. Really, really cool. And then here's the main entrance into the Walt Disney Theater. And I really hope that I have a clip to show you guys for that, because I do remember going in there the other day when we went to Elemental. So I'll show you guys what it looks like on the inside, because when you go in, you can't take video or photography of the show. But the biggest thing we are excited about today, Disney Dreams, an enchanted classic. This has been, out of all the Broadway shows we've seen on the cruises, this is our favorite. Alright, so now we have made it to the forward of the ship. We are now of deck 4, so now we are going to be heading up to deck number 5. Alright, so now we are on to deck number 5. Deck 5, this is going to be the start of more staterooms, but this is also going to be the level for the kids club. Now the thing you'll notice about deck 5, the ceiling is a lot shorter. That's because with all the kids club, they made this ceiling a little shorter to make the kids feel a little bigger, so that they feel included. So, but as you can see, this is where we are. We're going to follow this down to there, but you see staterooms 5,000 to 5,024 and 5,500 to 5,524. And you can always tell where you are with staterooms to main area, because you have the starry feature, and then you move into kind of wavy feature. Alright, so we just came out there from the forward elevators, down this walkway on the port side, continuously down. Morning! I'm just going to keep on coming all the way down, because this is actually going to take us back to the atrium, and then this starts all the Kid Club stuff. So now you're to the midship elevators, and this is where you're going to have the Oceaneer Lab. Now the Oceaneer Lab and the Oceaneer Club are connected for the kids. This is Kids Club. This is where you could register to have your kids come in. They get a magic band, they come up and they can scan in, and some can be, you can come and go as you want, and sometimes you get to be picked up by your parents. It just depends on your age. So this is the lab, and luckily we went in here the other day, so hopefully I have those clips to show you guys for that. But once again, we are back to the atrium. Like I said, deck 5, you can see all the way down. And like I said, you can definitely tell the difference in size of the decks from here to here. And then you got the beautiful chandeliers up here. And another view of the atrium. Before we continue on, because now we're going to go down this hallway right here. And we're going to continue on, and this is where we're going to find the actual Oceaneer Club. But something you won't know. So you see those portholes right there? Those do not lead to the outside. That actually leads to the walkway for the kids to go from the club to the lab. So they don't have to come all the way out here to go there. They can actually just follow that route to the lab or to the Oceaneers Club. And as we said, here is the Oceaneers Club. Again, this is for your kids. Not quite teenagers yet, because teenagers have their own area, and we'll show you that as well. We can see they do not open quite yet. I think they open at 9 a.m. But it does show you all the different things. You have the Superhero Academy, aka Marvel. You have Pixie Hollow. You have Andy's Room and Club Junior. And what's pretty cool, even if you're not a kid, you can check these out, because they do have open house. Make sure you keep an eye on your Navigator app, because you can see those. And then just a little bit past the Oceaneers Club, here's It's a Small World Nursery. This is for your little ones. This is like your babies, your infants. You can just set them up, and they can come in here, so you can go off and do your own thing, and they will take care of them for you. Alright, so we're going to continue on from the youth activity areas and stuff, now down to the Buena Vista Theater. So this is an actual movie theater on the ocean, on the high seas. And it looks like it's open, so I'm going to poke my head in and make sure nothing's going on. But they show all the new movies, everything that came out, and especially if there's a movie that just debuts day of, they will play it in here. And we've actually watched the movie in here, and these seats are very comfortable, and they do serve popcorn right outside at a fee. But if you are interested and you know there's a new movie coming out, you can come up and check it out right here. And then off to the side, this is where they'll have the whole list of everything. So there's a lot of Indiana Jones, Elemental, the big thing though, Guardians of the Galaxy. We wanted to see it so bad. But it can give you the entire day, entire trip. And what is playing today? So like 8:45, Family Movie Fun Time, Elemental. Not sure what that means, but then there's Elemental again at 11:30, Little Mermaid, Elemental 2 more times, and then Indiana Jones, the brand new Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny. But as you can see, no day at Miami, unfortunately. So, and like I said, they will sometimes have a cart out here for popcorn. Now, what I will tell you is that if you don't know where anything is, please stop and find one of these, because this will tell you where everything is. So you can see how it says staterooms, all this stuff, Small World Nursery, Engineers Club, staterooms. Just look here, and it'll tell you deck 4 and where it is, because they've split it up to forward, mid, and aft. And then if you want to know on this level, it'll tell you right there. Alright, so the rest of deck 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all going to be staterooms. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you our room. I'm going to show you the video of our room to show you what a deluxe family veranda looks like, so you guys could see that. So I'll show you all that, and then we'll show you what a room with a navigator veranda looks like as well, and what a concierge room looks like as well. But I'm also want to show you guys this. So level 8, deck 8 has the Royal Disney Suites, the Royal Disney and the Walt Disney E-Suites. I'll show you guys both of those because those are the main ones on this one. And they do have concierge 1 bedroom. So essentially I'm going to show you all those right here before we go up to deck 9, because now we're to the aft elevators on deck 5. So up to deck 9 to continue on the tour. So just be aware, these elevators are very small, so be mindful. There is a trick though, that if you go down 1 and then come back, you can go back up, you can get a whole elevator and you won't have to wait as long. So as soon as you walk out onto deck 9 is where you'll have Cabanas. Now Cabanas is not a buffet per Disney's, but it's what's called free-flowing food service. So we're going to take a quick look in here to show you guys what that all looks like. But in reality, it is a buffet. You have your normal where you have your scrambled eggs, your sausage, your bacon. Then they always have special other things, like they have chicken conche, sauteed mushrooms, miso soup. They have eggs Benedict, which is my consistent thing I've had every time. And then they have the classic pancakes and Mickey waffles as well. Then you can have your build your own like yogurt bar, yeah, mini cereals. Then you have fruit and stuff that you can have as well. And then they do have an omelet station where these guys are at. And then you have pastries and everything you can have. They have warm maple syrup, croissants, some cheese, some meats, and some yogurt. And the seating is pretty cool because then you also have outdoor seating and indoor seating, and it feels like at a cabana. Alright, so now it's Cabanas. We're now going to head out the doors right here. They come out to deck 9 to the pool area. So you have many different other food options when it comes to quick service. So right outside those doors you have Daisy's Delights, which are like sandwiches. You can build your own bowl and everything else. Right here you have the Nephew's Splash Pad and the Aqua Lab. This is aka the kids area of the ship. You can see they got their splash zone. See, they spit water and stuff, so that's pretty cool. A very shallow pool for the kids. Lots of seating, because you have the regular beach chairs and you have the normal chairs to eat food and stuff at. Then you've got another splash pad right there. But then you've got the twist and spout slide that actually incorporates into the actual working funnel on this ship. And so you have that. So you continue on this way. Like I said, I think this is just this is the Aqua Lab, and this is the Nephew's Splash Zone. So you can see then you got the twist and spout, which is really cool. We're going to try to do that today a little bit. And then if you continue on, because now we're onto the port side of the ship. Come up to the port side of the ship, this is your drink station. So there is no drink package on Disney and no soda drink package, but you do have 24-hour soda stands that you can come up to and get drinks and stuff. Now on the Magic's only in one place. It's in the aft on the port side next to Cabanas. You also get hot drinks, milk, and hot chocolate as well. So continue on, there's the drink station. This is the end of the twist and spout. We're going to come up and then we're going to head to the middle section right here, because now we're coming up onto Duck and Diner. So you can get multiple things here. You can get shawarma right here, which is not open right now, or you can get your normal things of hamburgers, cheeseburgers, veggie burgers, fish burgers, hot dog, bratwurst sausage, chicken tenders, and fries right here at Donald's Duck and Diner. So quick view of the little area of the Aqua Lab, the Nephew Splash Zone, Twist and Spout. Past Duck and Diners, we're now up to Frozone's Treat. So juice to go, iced tea, specialty coffee, Dole Whip, champagne wine, cocktail draft beers. This is all going to be an extra cost. Duck and Diner, Daisy's Dine-In is free with your cruise fares. And then right next to it is the main staple, ice cream. 24-hour flowing ice cream. Soft serve. Fantastic. So continue up this little walkway right here. We're now into the family pool. Here you're going to have your Pinocchio's Pizzeria. But right here on the other side, there's actually a bar. And then the pizza off to the right. And I will tell you the pizza here on the Disney Magic is top none. But as we turn around, you're now going to come into, I'm trying to get the shade, you're coming into the family pool or the Goofy's pool. Right now it's currently covered, but they do open at 9 a.m. So they will open this up. And there is a water pool right underneath. That is the main stage where they do the Sail Wave. That's where they did the 25th anniversary show. And Pirates Night and everything else in between the two funnels with your funnel vision right there, aka your movie. And at each of these, they do have a hot tub right there and a hot tub right there. And I'll tell you, these hot tubs are super nice, but as I said, they are hot. Alright, so I really want to come into the mid-shift elevators for 1 second because I want to showcase, if you come over here to the starboard side, you come up to Edge. Edge is one of the pre-teens / teens locations. And we actually came in here and checked it out. Pretty cool. They have console games, little games, and everything else for that nature. So you can come in here, little ones, you can do that. Then there is Vibe. And Vibe is on deck 10, on deck 11, which will show you when we get up there. That is exclusively only for teens. So now we are to the after the shift. We are entering the adult only area. What I find the coolest, this little sign, showcase where this was built and the number of the ship. So we just walked in right there, right off to the very front right here. There is Signals. This is a sit-down bar right outside the restaurant, or outside the pool area as well, with the Quiet Cove pool, which very lovely pool, no lifeguards, and 2 hot tubs. So this is always a very quiet area to come to get away. And what's pretty cool is that we actually came over here while they were doing the Pirates Day stuff, and actually they do a great job keeping the noise out. And then they do have the Cove Cafe, which is a lovely coffee shop here that me and Kayla have partaked in quite frequently here. It's a great little space. You can come in here. They have lovely coffee, drinks, and everything else, but the seating area is absolutely amazing. So I would highly recommend checking it out, especially if you're into coffee. To give you an idea, the Cove Cafe is on the port side of the shift near the midship. We're going to continue up and around, up into those doors, show you where Census Spa is. Right, so now we're in the forward elevator area. This has 2 things that are important. Here, this will take you up to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, which if you take this elevator or stairs straight down, takes you down to Sea Treasures to get your stuff for Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. And then, right over here to the right-hand side of the starboard side, here is Census Spa. I will tell you right now, this does not come cheap, but within here they do have, if you go straight back, they do have the workout, the fitness center, and everything else. So I would suggest, if you can, try to go check it out, because I've done the fitness center once on this trip, probably do a second one today at some point, so make sure you do check that out. Alright, on to our last deck, and this is deck 10, the highest level you can go if you're not in the teens club. So deck 10, this is going to be the windiest deck that you're going to be on. So we're on the port side of the ship. We are up here where they have the wide world of sports, where they have places to play games, basketball courts, places to sit. They have foosball table, ping pong tables, and you think, well, as one of these it is, you can't play up here. Well, they've thought of that. Right here, this is all glassed in, so it is not super windy. But if you go on the other side of this glass, super windy, super windy. But this will take you to the most forward point of the ship that you can go on. And right down there, you can see there's the front of the ship. Right underneath us is Senses Spa Fitness Center, and right under that is the bridge. So you can see, and this is a crew member only space as well, which is funny, they're playing Smash Mouth, but then if you come up, here's all the radars and everything else they have. But like I said, to go into the Wide World of Sports, they have a couple of little entrances to go in there. You can see right over here. It's right in here. Takes you right into the sports space and everything. Like I said, they have the basketball hoop on that side. It's more like tennis if you think about it. But what's cool, they put a net on the very top, so if you have a basketball and you actually overshoot it, it won't go flying. Alright, so now we're up to where the Quiet Cove pool is. Like I said, there's signals right there. And then what this is, what you may be wondering this is Concierge. Concierge has their own area to come in. You can get snacks, you can get food, drinks, everything else. That is right there, and that is all included with the cost of being Concierge. Now, there's only about 50 rooms on Concierge, but I'm pretty sure the last time we came, they expanded all this out to give them more space. So I wonder if they're going to be expanding the amount of Concierge rooms they have, because I don't remember this being here the last time. Now, to get to the Concierge lounges, I'll show you how to get there. So I just came down this little walkway right here, where the Concierge Suite, next to one of the most famous pictures you could take on any cruise ship of the bright red funnel with the Disney Cruise Line logo. Right inside of here are two things. This is where one, the Concierge Lounge entrance is, but then it's also where the entrance is to the Vibe. So right there is the Concierge room. So to get in, you have to scan your room key, your key of the world, but you have to be staying on at Concierge levels. Then also right here, the staircase is Vibe. This takes you up to the teenage exclusive area, which we also were up there as well. So I'll hopefully have that clip to show you guys what that looks like. And this is where they can go play games, hang out, play. You know, they have events for them as well. So it's a great place to come out for them to hang out at. All right, so if you come out of the mid-shift lifts, right outside of it is the Aquadunk. Now this is their trapdoor water slide that drops you down, takes you over the edge of the ship and down into the splash, because this ship does not have any of the water coasters like the Dream, Fantasy, or the Wish, and the Wonder also has this as well. So this will take you right up there, takes you up through the quote-unquote fake funnel, and it'll drop you out right here into this splash zone, into the finish area for the Aquadunk. So I've not done this, hopefully we'll do it today, but right here is another view of the family pool area, the Goofy's Pools zone and everything, so it gives you an idea how big of an area it is. You can see the Pinocchio Pizzeria right there, and the bar as well. Looks like they are starting to get ready to open the pool up. You can see the guy right there. He's going to open the pool up so that people can swim starting at 9 a.m. So we just went past the Goofy's Pool. We're going past the second funnel, which is the actual working funnel. We're going to get another good view of the kid area, the Twist and Spout. This is the actual entrance to the Twist and Spout right here. And so you come right up here and it gives you a good idea of how big this space is. Now again, this is the smallest ship in the fleet, but you can still sit almost 20, I think on a full shipload, they could do 2,900 people on this ship. But the Twist and Spout's really a lot of fun. Something we actually enjoy because we've done that one before. So maybe we'll do it today because we really need to try to swim a little bit more today. But I do feel compelled to show you this because it's one of my favorite things. One, I wish they maybe had a smaller funnel vision here, but I get why. They have a compass to show you what way we're facing right now. So right now we are going northeast because we're heading to Miami. So we're going that way right now to go there. And so you can actually see where we are, what our heading is, what degrees we're facing, and they actually have two of them, one over here and one over there. And as you can see, they're starting to pull up the stuff for the pool because it's getting ready to open everything up for another long day at sea. And so going from the port side over here to the starboard side, this is the last few things we're going to see. Before we go in here, because I will show this very last, actually I'll show this now. So right in here is Palo. Palo is the extremely fancy sit-down restaurant. This is the reason the Palo is on every ship is because they pay heritage to the original place being built in Italy. Now, they do have the brunch option, and brunch apparently is the best thing. So we really wanted to try to do Palo, but then we just didn't want to. It wasn't that we didn't want to, we just couldn't get reservations for it because how late we got this cruise. But you can see this is like the lobby space and everything else. It's really pretty cool. Later today on the actual vlog, because I've actually started the vlog for today, we're going to be coming up to Palo, this area, to do the Art of the Theme show at 3 p.m. to learn more about the Disney Magic, because we did it on the Dream and we loved it. And now we've made it to the very back of the ship. Nothing back here, though they could do something back here, but I'm not sure what they could, because this is the views from Palo, so they really don't want to get rid of the views for Palo, because that's the whole point, is that you want to, the whole point is that you're spending the extra money to get the gorgeous views of the ship. But as you can see, we're now at the aft of the ship, and what that means, we have completed an entire walking tour of the Disney Magic, the very first ship in the Disney Cruise Line fleet. So now that we have completed our entire walking tour of the Disney Magic, thank you guys for coming along with us. If you have any questions about the Disney Magic, leave them in the comments down below. I'll try to answer them as quickly as I can. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We are hoping to go on more Disney cruises, do more cruise ship tours and everything else. And if you like this, make sure you leave a like. It's a fantastic time for me. So with all that being said, as I do head back down to go change into a different shirt, to a more short sleeve so I'm not sweating to death, I will see y'all next time.